Here's a secret that will shock you. America didn't declare independence on July 4th. The real signing, the moment when 56 brave men committed treason by putting their names to the most dangerous document in history, happened on August 2nd, 1776. Stay until the end to discover why this hidden truth changes everything you thought you knew about Independence Day. When you think of Independence Day, you picture July 4th, 1776. But here's what happened. July 4th was just the day Congress approved the words. August 2nd, 1776 was when the Founding Fathers signed their names, marking the moment America was born. Picture this scene, August 2nd, 1776, in a sweltering Philadelphia summer. 56 men gathered in Independence Hall, knowing that by signing this document they were committing high treason against the British Crown. The penalty? Death by hanging, drawing, and quartering. John Hancock famously signed first, writing his name so large that King George can read it without his spectacles. But Hancock wasn't just being bold, he was being strategic. As president of the Continental Congress, his signature was already on everything. He had the least to lose. The other delegates signed by state, from north to south, each man knowing he was signing his death warrant if the revolution failed. Benjamin Franklin, at 70, the oldest signer, reportedly quipped, "We must all hang together, or we shall all hang separately." What made August 2nd so extraordinary wasn't just the signatures, it was the transformation. Before that day, these men were British subjects committing rebellion. After they signed, they became Americans fighting for independence. The document they signed wasn't the hasty draft from July 4th. This was an engrossed copy, beautifully handwritten on parchment by Timothy Matlack, designed to last forever. Every word was carefully crafted, every signature deliberately placed to create the most important legal document in American history. July 4th printed copies and the August 2nd parchment. Not everyone signed that day. Some delegates weren't present and others had been replaced. 7 men signed later, and some never signed at all. But those who did sign on August 2nd knew they were creating something unprecedented, a nation founded on the idea that governments derive their power from the consent of the governed. That act of courage on August 2nd, 1776 created the blueprint for modern democracy. The principles that those 56 men risked their lives to sign, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, became the basis for freedom movements worldwide. Every time you vote, every time you speak freely, every time you pursue your dreams without asking permission from a king or dictator, you're living the legacy of August 2nd, 1776. Those signatures didn't just create America, they made the idea that ordinary people could govern themselves. Over 200 countries have written constitutions inspired by the Declaration of Independence. The courage of 56 men on one summer day in Philadelphia became the template for human freedom across the globe. Sometimes the most critical moments in history happen quietly, with nothing more dramatic than ink touching parchment. On August 2nd, 1776, 56 men didn't just sign a document. They signed humanity's permission slip to be free. Their courage in that moment gave birth to the idea that you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, not because a king grants it to you, but because you're human. What would you be willing to risk everything for? Share your thoughts below about the principles worth defending today. Don't miss more incredible stories of courage that changed the course of human history. History Sparks reveals the moments when ordinary people did extraordinary things, when brave individuals risked everything for freedom, and when single acts of defiance created the rights we cherish today. Join our community of freedom lovers by subscribing and discover how yesterday's heroes continue inspiring today's defenders of liberty. Every story we share proves that the most significant revolutions begin when someone is brave enough to sign their name to what they believe.